Hi, hope you are doing well. I am reading Esperanza Rising. We're on the chapter called Los Aguacates, Avocados. Here we go. Esperanza's breath made smoky vapors in front of her face as she waited for the truck to take her to tie grapevines. She shifted from foot to foot and clapped her gloved hands together and wondered what was so new about the new year. It already seemed old with the same routines. She worked during the week. She helped Hortensia cook dinner in the late afternoons. In the evening, she helped Josefina with the babies and Isabel with her homework. She went to see Mama on Saturdays and Sundays. She huddled in the field near a smudge pot to keep warm and mentally counted the money she would need to bring Abuelita here. Every other week, with the small amount she saved, she bought a money order from the market and put it in her valise. She figured that if she kept working until peaches, she would have enough for Abuelita's travel. Her problem then would be how to reach Abuelita. The men went down and the rows first, pruning the thick grapevines and leaving a few long branches or canes on each trunk. She followed along with the others and tied the canes on the taut wire that was stretched post to post. She ached from the cold and had to keep moving all day long to stay warm. That night, as she soaked her hands in warm water, she realized that she no longer recognized them as her own. Cut and scarred, swollen and stiff, they looked like the hands of a very old man. "Are you sure this will work?" called Esperanza, as she watched Hortensia cut a ripe avocado in half. "Of course," said Hortensia, removing the big pit and leaving a hole at the heart of the fruit. She scooped out the pulp, mashed it on a plate, and added some glycerin. Glycerin is a chemical that they use. Usually it's in soap, and sometimes you can put it into clay. Like you can put it into slip, and it makes the slip more slippy. Like it kind of makes it more slippery and more kind of like when soap has it in it, and soap, especially soap that's shiny and clear, has glycerin in it, and it makes it really shiny and kind of slick, gives it a slick feeling. "You have seen me make this for your mother many times. We are lucky to have the avocados this time of year. Some friends of Josefina brought them from Los Angeles." Hortensia rubbed the avocado mixture into Esperanza's hands. "You must keep it on for 20 minutes so your hands will soak up the oils." Esperanza looked at her hands covered in the greasy green lotion and remembered when Mama used to sit like this after a long day of gardening or after horseback rides with Papa through the dry mesquite grasslands. When she was a little girl, she had laughed at Mama's hands, covered in what looked like guacamole, but she had loved for her to rinse them because afterward, Esperanza would take Mama's hands and put the palms on her own face so she could feel their suppleness and breathe in the fresh smell. Esperanza was surprised at the simple things that she missed about Mama. She missed her way of walking into a room, graceful and regal. She missed watching her hands crocheting, her fingers moving nimbly, and most of all, she longed for the sound of Mama's strong and assured laughter. She put her hands under the faucet, rinsed off the avocado, and patted them dry. They felt better, but still looked red and weathered. She took another avocado, cut it in half, swung the knife into the pit, and pulled it from the flesh. She repeated Hortensia's recipe, and as she sat for the second time with her hands smothered, she realized that it wouldn't matter how much avocado and glycerin she put on them. They would never look like the hands of a wealthy woman from El Rancho de las Rosas, because they were the hands of a poor campesina. It was the end of grape tying when the doctor stopped Esperanza and Miguel in the hallway of the hospital before they could reach Mama's room. "I asked the nurses to alert me when they saw you coming. I'm sorry to tell you that your mother has pneumonia." "How can that be?" said Esperanza, her hands beginning to shake as she stared at the doctor. "I thought she was getting better." "This disease, valley fever, makes the body tired and susceptible to other infections. We are treating her with medications. She is weak. I know this is hard for you, but we'd like to ask that she have no visitors for at least a month, maybe longer. We can't take a chance that she will contract another infection from any outside germs that might be brought into the hospital. Can I see her just for a few moments? The doctor hesitated, then nodded and walked away. Esperanza hurried to Mama's bed, and Miguel followed Esperanza. She couldn't imagine not seeing her for so many weeks. Mama, said Esperanza. Mama slowly opened her eyes and gave Esperanza the smallest smile. She was thin and frail. Her hair was strewn and bedraggled, and her face was so white that it seemed to fade into the sheets, as if she would sink into the bed and disappear forever. Mama looked like a ghost of herself. The doctor said I can't come to visit for a while. Mama nodded, her eyelids slowly falling back down, as if it had been a burden to keep them up. Esperanza felt Miguel's hand on her shoulder. Ansa, we should go, he said. But Esperanza would not move. She wanted to do something for Mama to help make her better. She noticed the brush and hairpins on the bedside table. She carefully rolled Mama on her side and gathered all of her hair together. She brushed it and plaited it into a long braid. Wrapping it around Mama's head, she gently pinned it into place. Then she helped Mama lie on her back, her hair now framing her face against the white linens, like a braided halo, like she used to wear it in Aguascalientes. Esperanza bent down close to Mama's ear. Don't worry, Mama. Remember, I will take care of everything. I am working and I can pay the bills. I love you. Mama said softly, I love you too. And as Esperanza turned to leave, she heard Mama whisper, no matter what happens. That is a really bad place to stop. Sorry, very dramatic. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're feeling okay. Again, hope you're not watching the news too much, because I think this is a really difficult time, and when you watch the news a lot, it kind of makes you start to worry. It does that for me too. So I've just been trying my best. I go on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I drive up to my dad's house and I make him dinner. He's an old man, so he eats dinner at 3 o'clock. Today we had dinner at 2:30. We had old man dinner at 2:30. So, and when he's watching the news, I just grab the remote from him and I turn it off and I make him watch movies. He likes watching cowboy movies. So I click on his cowboy movies. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope your families are doing well and that you guys are all feeling okay and you're feeling safe. And I will talk to you later. I'm going to see you this week. I'm recording these early on spring break, but I will see you after spring break. We're going to start meeting in little groups of 5 online, and we'll be reading together, and we'll also be probably doing a wee tiny bit of math too. So, and some other stuff too. So I will talk to you later. Bye. Los aguacates.